how they feel about you, where you from, where your bed at. I don't need no pill to speak my mind, I don't need that. I make people pay me for my time, yeah, I need that. And I see your girl like all the time, no. I can't tell you if she's yours or mine, but I do know.
Wanna be immersive, deeper than the surface. Every move I make will have a purpose. So work until I earn this. Work until I earn this. Get rich or die like I'm Curtis.
Surprise, surprise. Suggestion session back at you. And I know this has been the most sought after one. And we here. Too weird to live, too rare to die. Panic at the Disco. Now, just to let everybody know why I'm doing this by myself, Ryan was requested to be here to finish off the album saga. And also, by the way, thank you so much for 10,000 views on the Death of a Bachelor reaction. That's absolutely crazy. I've seen a bit of a boost in my Panic videos, so I appreciate y'all for that. The Say Amen video is still taking off, so that's crazy. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, really quickly, thank you all so much for the love on the music video. We did 500 views in 5 days, which is really, really crazy. I'm really, really proud of that song and that video. Shout out to Drake Baker. I love you forever. And we got a lot more coming, but I really do appreciate the fact that any of you took any time to watch it, listen to it, whatever. It just means the world. It just feels good that people have taken to the music in the way that they have. So I appreciate that. But yes, out of respect for Ryan, Ryan wants to focus on other genres. He wants to do other music. And he wants to do other videos. So out of respect for him, I decided to do this by myself. I'm sorry to anybody that wanted Ryan here for that, but he will be here for future episodes, and I'll make sure that he'll be here for other videos, so you'll definitely be able to see him again and comment whatever you want to him. This is it, up until June 22nd, of course, but this is it. This is the last album in the Panic saga, and ooh, what a ride it has been. From starting with Death of a Bachelor, and just getting that nuance and new profound introduction into what Brendon Urie can do, and then going all the way back to the beginning to Fever, Pretty Odd, and then of course doing Vices, which was really, really fun. And I'm telling you right now, that's the one to beat. I'm rocking with Vices and Virtues all the way. I'm very, very sorry to say, like that one, that was hitting for me. And now here we are at the last album. So it's been a journey. It's been an interesting ride. This will be interesting for me, as you know, as a wrap up. But I'm also looking forward to it. And then you know, there's still gonna be videos to do, a whole bunch of other stuff. People want me to do behind the scenes stuff. I've seen a couple comments for some behind the scenes reactions. And again, I don't know how that would be entertaining for y'all if I'm just looking at a behind the scenes video. But asking you shall receive. If enough people ask for it, you know, I'll drop it in some way or another. I'll make sure that y'all get to see it. So, without further ado, no more talking. Let me jump into this album that y'all have been patiently waiting for. And again, I hope you enjoy the surprise. This is Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die from Panic at the Disco. Number 1, This Is Gospel. Now, as I mentioned in the very beginning of all of this Panic at the Disco madness, this is definitely one of the songs that I know. I mean, gotta be a cornerstone of this entire era of music. And it's interesting because the album is only 5 years old. But on that off occasion that you haven't heard this song, here's a little bit of it for you.
This is gospel for the fallen ones, locked away, but they haven't seen the best of us yet. If you love me, let me go. If you love me, let me go.
Number 2, Miss Jackson featuring Lolo. I don't know who Lolo is. Help me out. Okay. Oh, okay. okay. I didn't really care for the hook, but the beat was very interesting. Lolo had a very small appearance on the record. Again, don't know who that is. Y'all gonna have to help me with that. But beat was cool. Way more urban than I was expecting. I was like, okay. Kind of has a city bump to it. But yeah, it was just alright. It was alright. Definitely an interesting following number from This Is Gospel. So this already lets me know that there's no specific sound to the album, which is great. I actually like that. Mystique is great. So let's see where we go from here. Number 3, Vegas Lights. Wait a minute now. 3 tracks and 3 different mood changes already. The traditional alternative emo rock with This Is Gospel. Then you get the urban R&B kind of hip hop-ish Miss Jackson, Are You Nasty? You know, shout out Janet. And then you took us to the club with some EDM like style song. Okay. All right, this is interesting off top. I like it. Let's see what the track is like. I'm getting major Cobra Starship vibes.
If you only knew what we've been up to. Horizon, affectation, sensation. We're waiting till the curtains coming down. So let's spend the weekend deep end. We're swimming with the sharks until we drown. Deep end, we're swimming with the sharks until we
Okay, so 3 tracks in, I'm I have no idea what vibe I'm on right now. That was 3 very jarring entries in a 10-song album. 10-song albums usually have a very concise direction, and I'm not really getting that, which is a good thing. It's not a critique, it's not a diss, but it's rare. Usually, I usually off top, I have a feel and I have a vibe for an album, especially with all of the Panic stuff I've been doing. Like, off top, I was into Death of a Bachelor. Off top, I was into Fever. I won't go into the other one. And then with Vices, I was like, this is what I like. So it's interesting that I'm getting all of this so fast and so early. So I have no idea what the rest of the album entails, but I'm intrigued. Again, another song I wasn't crazy about the hook for, but it was enjoyable. I think a little bit more enjoyable than Miss Jackson, but for a different reason. That one, I think, was a little more... I think that one had a lot more nostalgia for me. Like I said, the Cobra Starship vibe that I got from it in the beginning. And Miss Jackson was kind of just like an urban bop that needed a better hook. That's all I'll say. But it was cool. It was cool. So far, I'm really just a mixed bag of emotions so far in the early goings. But that can all change. So let's just keep going and see what we end up with as the album goes on. Number 4, Girl That You Love.
drop every pretense.
Ooh, taking us to the 80s. Okay. This is very Tears for Fears. I like it.
Girl that you love. Girl that you love. Our indignation. Do everything that's wrong. And the girl you love. Girl that you love.
Alright, I really enjoyed that one. Love that 80s feel. It definitely reminded me of Shout, Shout, Let It All Out. These, you know, that Tears for Fears classic. It's a great song. But that throwback feel is dope. Anything you can make something in the now sound like something classic from before is dope. And I think that's kind of what I was missing with Pretty Odd. Like, it didn't sound dope to me. Like, I did enjoy the attempt to be like 60s pop and be like the Beatles. However, the songs just didn't move me whatsoever. I felt it differently with this one only because I think for me, and this is just me, they really let the music do the talking on that track. Like, it wasn't really written for any purpose. There wasn't really a lot of lyricism to it, but the music is what really was the focus and I guess the primary intent of that song. You know, there's a lot of effects on Brendan's voice. There isn't a lot of words in the song, and there's nothing really to the hook other than Girl That You Love. And everything else is for your audio interpretation. So, I don't know. I enjoyed that one a lot. That's definitely the best one I've heard since This Is Gospel, so I'm happy with that one. Number 5, Nicotine. And we back at Vices now.
Cross my heart and hope to die. Burn my lungs and curse my eyes. I've lost control. Damn your kiss and the awful things you do. Yeah, you're worse than nicotine.
This track is nice. Major banger. I like it.
Bet you could never love me back. Caught every time to you.
Production was amazing. Strings, I love the strings. Vocals were crazy. Lyrics were dope. That's the new favorite. Number 6, Girls, Girls, Boys. Apparently this is a dope track. My sister says it's really, really good. Like I told y'all, my sister really enjoys stuff like this, so I'm excited for this one. Ooh! Ooh! Let go. Ooh. Very Foster the People vibe. I love it. Oh. Absolute fire. I have nothing else to say. I mean, everything about that was a jam. Bop. Incredible. I love it. I love it. Number 7, Casual Affair. Can I just say, most interesting production by far. What the hell is going on? Strings are really nice. I like that. Okay. He did it. He did it. He'll do it again. All right. Okay. That might be the most outlandish one on the album. The auto-tune was interesting. I don't hate auto-tune. Everybody else does, but I like it. That song alone is the representation of the album. There's no specific feel. There's no specific direction. It's controlled chaos. And I like that. I don't know how I feel about the song, but so far the album has definitely caught my interest more than, you know what? I'm not even going to take another swipe at it. Let's just keep going. Coming up on the last bit of tracks, number 8, Far Too Young to Die. gotta say, and I mean this with all the respect in the world, that's the only flop on the album. I think the production was kind of whimsical, but in a sense to where it shouldn't have been the final decision to go with the beat. And I don't know, the tone of it was just, and I get the subject matter, I get what he's talking about, but I don't know, it just, the tone just wasn't appealing. And usually, like, when people make songs like that, like, I hate to bring up the past, even though I'm going over the past, but Chris Allen, American Idol winner, and if y'all remember that whole situation, that controversy was crazy. But if you remember when he won Idol, he put out his single, Live Like We're Dying, and it was pretty much, like, yeah, he had a clock in the video, and it was counting down the hours of the day, I think it was a 24-hour clock, and it was counting down while the song was going on. And he had a lyric about, you know, race against time, something about a clock, which, you know, made sense why he put it in the video, but I digress. That whole song was about, you know, doing stuff because, you know, this life thing isn't forever, you know. We're all gonna die, so we gotta live like we're dying, like make the most of every day. And so, you know, I don't know, I guess because it was a pop song and it was his first single, it kind of just felt more inviting and a broader way to introduce a song like that. So I don't know, I guess the brooding tone of this one was kind of just a letdown, but we got 2 more tracks, so let's see how we finish up. Number 9, Colorful. Okay. Oh, okay. I like this one. Oh, this 80s throwback is hard. I know I'm over here grouping and everything, but I like that. If you're gonna be the death of me, then that's how I wanna go. Okay. Okay. I'm loving the 80s throwback. Harmonies are always killing it. And then, you know, we got lines, we got quotable lines. Might be a new favorite. I don't know. Girls, boys might have some competition. I don't know. Let's continue. I think I'm hearing bells in the back, and you know, to say what I said about the Pretty Odd Bells, that don't sound like Christmas. I'm sorry. That sounded like it was supposed to be in the song. I'm sorry. Yeah, I rock with that one. I won't give it my new favorite over Girls, Boys, but that's definitely top 3. I enjoyed that one fully. Throwback feel was great, lyrics were dope, the melody was beautiful, the harmonies were on point, everything about it was fire. 10 out of 10 for me. And finally, number 10, The End of All Things. Now, don't think I haven't seen the comments, don't think I haven't read all of the stuff that y'all have been saying. Apparently, the live version is much better than this, so just because this is a surprise, and because you guys got the Death of a Bachelor video up to 10,000 views, guess what? Here's another surprise. I'm going to do a reaction of both. You get that and this reaction all in one, so have at it. This is number 10, The End of All Things. Very Bon Iver of him. Wow. Okay. Was not expecting that to be the way the album ended, but wow. Ooh. Pure beauty. Who in the comments said that that was an underwhelming ending? Like, we gonna have to have words after this. That wasn't just pure, you know, let me put myself in check. If you didn't feel that, then I'm sorry you feel that way. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, that's one of the best Panic tracks I've ever heard. By far, top 5, easy. Alright, now I'm gonna take a look at this live version. Now, I don't know what to expect, but I'm telling you right now, the studio version got me hooked, y'all. I'm gonna let you know right now. Like I just said, that was top 5 Panic songs for me. That was absolutely gorgeous. Everything about that song just oozed beauty and grace. So, I'm interested to see how it sounds live. I'm going with the one with the most views, so I hope that's correct. If not, you can tear me to shreds in the comments. It's all good. Let's check out the End of All Things live. Hey, there he is. Okay. Ooh, that was beautiful. Okay. Ooh, that's got chills. Ooh. Hey. Woo. Hit it like it's nothing too. Effortless. Alright, he did that. He did that. Hey. Ooh. Mans really did the damn thing on that one. I mean, he made it look so easy. If I tried to do that right now, that would, that's instant dislike. No, but that was absolutely beautiful. Personally, for me, I think I felt the studio version a little more only because I really do enjoy Bon Iver, and I really do like when people can use electronics to enhance their vocals in that manner. Not to mask if you can sing or not, but I really love when people can accentuate that and use that, like the way that Travis Scott used it in Miguel Skywalker, the way that Quavo's been doing it for a lot of the new Migos music, and really just in the way that Bon Iver does for his sound, and the way that Brendan used it for this song. But, vocal talent is nothing to shy away from and nothing to discredit, so salute to that man for really killing it. The album was dope as hell. I enjoyed it. We only had one song that I was kind of iffy about, and I think the mystique of it kind of helped me enjoy it. So, it's crazy that, it's ironic that the End of All Things is the end of the album saga. So, without further ado, let me get into this last after project talk. Of course, up until Pray for the Wicked, but for right now, for emotional purposes, let me get into this last after project talk with the Panic at the Disco album saga. After finishing Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, and after watching the live performance, it's so ironic that that song is the way that I'm ending the saga. Like it's like y'all knew. It's almost too perfect that this is the album that I'm ending it on. So let me start by just saying, this was definitely the most intriguing album for me. There was no way to pinpoint what I was gonna get from song to song, and I think that's what helped it tremendously. I kind of had a familiar vibe with Vices and Fever, and with Pretty Odd, it was just so jarring that it was hard for me to get accustomed to it off of the first listen and off of the hype that I had with it. So, and then with Death of a Bachelor, I had no prior knowledge of anything that they were doing. So, you know, besides the major hits, I had nothing to go off of. So it was an interesting dynamic to really walk into going into that album. So with Too Weird, like I said, the mystique of it really, really helped, and it kept my interest from start to finish. The writing, I think, was a little bit retracted on this one, but I kind of don't mind that, because y'all know me and lyrics. It kind of took a step back. It kind of took a back seat on this project for me, which is fine. And the music really, really spoke for how this album wanted to be delivered, which, on all accounts, is fine by me. Especially on Girls, Girls, Boys, especially on the End of All Things, Colorful. And this is also one of the few albums that I can definitely pick from memory and be like, oh yeah, you should listen to these specific songs off top. And I like that. I like when I can automatically and instantly pick songs out on an album for people to listen to if they ask me about what I've heard. And you know, this is definitely gonna help the conversations I have in the comments with y'all. Yeah, just, you know, on the other side, you know, I think the hooks were probably the weakest on this album. And like I said, like, the writing took a back seat, which is fine, but I know some people were probably looking for the writing that might have been on Pretty Odd, and the writing that might have been the selling point for stuff like Fever. So I can understand why people probably might have had an issue with this album on that account, but I definitely feel like sonically and production wise, this was most daring. And I say that because there's no theme to the production. Like I said, it's controlled chaos, which is what I love. And I know I said that a lot, but I really do like when I can't figure it out, you know. And even when I do figure it out, it doesn't really matter unless I'm not enjoying it. Like if I get the vibe and I can pick up the vibe and the vibe doesn't change and the vibe doesn't, like, you know, blossom a little bit one way and blossom another one way. Like, if the vibe doesn't keep me interested, then I lose interest, and then I end up not liking the project. However, when I can't pick up the vibe, but there's music all around that I'm enjoying, that's controlled chaos. That's what I enjoy. That's something that not only keeps me interested, but it engages me, and it makes me want to hear more and want to feel more and want to listen more. So I think this album definitely did that for me. And it's just so crazy that the End of All Things is how this is ending. So I've definitely had fun going through everything, the ups, the downs, the videos that I'm still getting to, by the way. Don't you worry, child. I'm so sorry for that. This is definitely the perfect album to end on, by far. I left feeling beyond satisfied. That's a feeling I'm not really getting with the Fall Out Boy albums that I'm doing, but I'm very, very satisfied with Too Weird. I think it's definitely one of the stronger albums in the discography, and I'm very, like I've already stated, I'm very happy that this is the one that I'm ending the saga on. So to properly end everything, I'll do a quick ranking, like how I did with the 21 Pilots saga. At number 5, I gotta put Pretty Odd. I'm very sorry. I just couldn't get with it, couldn't get with the vibe. I am a Beatles fan, but I gotta be in the mood for the Beatles. I'm realizing that now. I respect the music, I respect the risk. You know, a lot of people never change it, and people get at them for that too. So, you know, I respect the risk they took, but it definitely is my least favorite Panic album, I must say. Number 4, I'll give Death of a Bachelor. I've only gone back to a few songs from it, and it was the first album that I started with. So while it left a first impression on me, I don't think it left a lasting impression. Like I said, I've gone back to songs off the album, but I haven't gone back to the album in full, which is something that I can say for the next slot. Number 3, I'm going to have to give Too Weird to Live and Too Rare to Die. I can see myself letting this run. I can see myself going back to this and giving it a second and third listen. I can definitely see that. The material on here was interesting enough for me to really see, like, if I end up liking more songs, like, I might end up loving Miss Jackson later down the line. You don't know. We don't know. I don't know. Number 2, I'm going to give Fever off top. Attitude, angst, nostalgia all the way. Nostalgic as fuck, dude. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, with that, in that era and that time period of music and what that album did for so many people, and probably what it still does for the fans today, as just a reference to, you know, what they were listening to. I really just love the iconic nature of it, and I really do love, there's a lot of tracks that I love on there. Kamisado is still so fire to me, so I gotta give Fever my number 2 because that one definitely blew my mind when I listened to it. It was definitely something that not only was great to go to, but it was also really it was a truly memorable experience because the music was great, the purpose of it was great, the reason why it was created. You know, I hate that so much band drama came after it, but I really do like how that record was crafted. I really do, and I really love the songs on there. So, gotta give Fever number 2. And my number one spot, my favorite Panic album, definitely has to be Vices and Virtues, as I stated on the Vices and Virtues reaction. I think everything about that was just so pure, and, you know, following Pretty Odd, I think it was something that, you know, shows what happens when two people are on the same page after seeing people be out of sync and on completely different wavelengths. And I love synergy. I love when people can get together and create. So I really do love the nature of Vices and Virtues. I love the material, love the production, the style of the album. Everything about it for me was absolutely wonderful. And I still listen to it. I've been listening to it since I did the video. So I definitely think that that is the one that will really have my heart. And I don't know what Pray for the Wicked has in store. But because I know all of you are waiting, it'll be interesting to see what that album entails. So that's how I'm going to end it. That is how I feel about the 5 albums, and the 6th one is about to drop. So after this, if you want live reactions, live album reactions, I've seen a couple comments for that. We can do that. I know the music videos are also what you want, so we can keep that going as well. But as of right now, I'm closing the door, and I'm writing the final chapter on the Panic at the Disco album saga. For now, I want to say thank you to all the Panic fans. I want to say thank you to all the Brendon Urie fans. I know y'all love your boy. Thank y'all for riding this wave with me. Thank y'all for sticking along. Thank you for all the support. A lot of y'all are the main reason the channel's grown so much, so I appreciate y'all like you'll never know. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I just have one last thing to say. Like, share, subscribe. You know the biz. You know what it is. It's Gerald O'Brien. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out.